In the beginning of this video, I'm going to attempt to do this this dial string for the band spread. If it goes too long, I'll probably just shorten it and show you the beginning and the end. But what we're going to do is we're going to put one piece of string into this hole, and we're going to leave about 4 inches hang right around there. Okay? And we're going to take the string, and we're going to come around this way. I'm going to make sure we leave that 4 inches of string there. I'm going to wrap it around here so it doesn't slip. Oops, doesn't want to stay. We'll use a clamp to make sure it stays, like so. So we're going to come around, and let's see where we're going to go. Looks like we're going to come under here, and then we're going to bring it here and go around this flywheel. And it looks like we're going to go around that flywheel 2.5 turns. Now remember, I don't have any tension on the string yet. I'm just simply routing the string where it needs to go. So we're going to take this, if I can get it to cooperate. And you guys are funny about the patience stuff. This stuff is therapeutic, isn't it? Okay, there's one. I'm going to come around again. We're going to make sure we don't get this all twisted up. It has to be, there you go. Okay. Alright, so we have our 2.5 turns here. Then we're going to come up here on this, and we're going to do 1 turn around this pulley, like so. Like that. And then we're going to release this clamp, and we're going to bring this string over the top on this pulley here, right here. And then we're going to come around. Hope I have enough string here. I'm going to come around, and I don't have enough string. Okay, I'm going to stop this here. I'm going to remove some of the slack from this 4 inch here, so I'll be right back. Okay, I had to do a new piece of string here to make it longer, but basically I've got everything routed correctly, just like I showed you. Alright, everything goes around this pulley, and I have the 2 pieces of string here, okay? And I'm just pulling them a little tight, straight here, and you see when I turn this wheel, see that? It's working great. So we're going to put this back where it was, just like that, and we're going to take 1 piece of string, and we're going to tie it off for a moment, right here, just to make sure it doesn't slack up, and we're going to put a clamp on it. Okay? Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take our spring. Now, this spring here, you'll see it's a little stretched out. That was previous to me being here. So I'm going to hook up the stretched out piece on the pulley, like so. And I'm going to take this 1 string here, and I'm going to tie it to the spring. And if any of you want to just fast forward through this, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of tension on it. I'm going to bring this around and tie double knots, like so. This is where a tweezer or a needle nose like this comes in handy, because you can fish around and grab this stuff pretty easy. There's our first knot. Now we're going to come around again. Like so. Just takes a little bit of patience. Okay, there's our first knot. Gonna make sure it's nice and tight. Okay? And just for ease here, I'm gonna snip off that extra right there. You'll see this spring has a little bit of tension on it. So now we're going to take the second string that I have, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to first go around the spring. Okay. Then we're going to tie a knot, a double knot. There's the first one. I'm going to come around again. See what I'm talking about with the needle nose? Just comes in a lot of handy here. Okay. It's being a little stubborn. That's okay. Stubborn's good. There we go. Gonna grab that with the needle nose. I'm gonna make sure that's tight. Let's do a test run. Looking real good. Alright, we're going to snip off this extra string. And then we're going to take a dab of crazy glue. I'm using this Gorilla Glue here. We're just going to hit those knots. Like so. I'm going to let those babies dry for a little while. So, I've now done the thing in front of you. So let me stop the camera, and we're going to work on a few more things here now. So you've seen now the band spread knob being done without any cursing, and it's nice and smooth, works really well, everything's routed correctly. All right, that's the story. I will be back. Okay, we're changing gears a little bit here. I'm going to work a little bit on this Hallicrafters 5R41. This series is on both radios, and I haven't done an update on this radio in a bit, so I'm going to do one today. So what I've done here, if you recall, this radio had all kinds of crappy wiring and really sloppy work, and a bunch of components in the power section just kind of laying here on really bad terminal strips and loose wires. And if you recall, this wire was soldered and there's nothing there, and I've got a bunch of loose wires that are just kind of hanging out here. Someone had cut them, these two, this and this and this. So to me, that's an unsafe radio, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that this is was a battery powered unit as well. And this this device right here that you're looking at is the bypass. So what you would do is you would, on the top side of the radio, you would plug the power cord into here, and it would basically eliminate the AC section and let you connect to the batteries. But that's long gone, and we're never going to connect this, excuse me, as a battery unit again. So we're going to eliminate this battery thing, and we're going to just essentially wire it as the way it should be. So if I show you the schematic, I want to show you exactly what I'm going to be doing here so you can follow along. So let me bring my camera up here, right there, and we're going to focus a little bit. All right, so let me show you what I'm doing. All right, so coming in off the AC power right here, you'll see it goes through a diode. That's the rectification, 130 volts, goes through a 50 ohm resistor, comes down to our first electrolytic, which is a 60 right here, which is not in the radio, obviously, and then comes across here to a 2.4K 8 watt resistor, and then to a 2.71 watt resistor. And then this is the battery deal right here. So this is essentially the part that we're going to eliminate is this entire deal. And we're going to make sure we connect this radio properly up to the circuit, and obviously here to the tubes, to the heaters of the tubes. So that's the plan. We've got our volume on-off switch right here, which we're going to need to make sure we wire. So this radio for me is a little bit of a challenge because I'm going to need to, you know, kind of reverse engineer this stuff and get this crap out of here and kind of redo the drawing, which is exactly what I was looking for, was a challenge. So so that's what the plan's going to be today. So I've got all this cleaned out. I've ripped it all out. I'm going to remove that switch, right? It's held in there with 2 screws. And then I'm going to have to figure out how I wire everything back together. Obviously, everything is connected right here, right? This is the spot where the rest of the circuit gets connected. It's the only spot on the chassis is by this wire. So by removing all this stuff, really not a big deal, right? It's really just making sure that the point-to-point wiring is correct going up to that connection point. So that's the plan. I will show you an update when I do a little bit of this work. Be back. Okay, and just like that, this battery bypass switch is gone. And I've taken everything out with it. This is going to be an exercise for me on following a schematic now, right? Because I've just cut the wires, the thing we all love to do, snip, snip, snip. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to be able to trace each wire back where it belongs and make sure I do this the correct way. I got loads of real estate here, right? I can put my filter caps in there. I got loads of room to do what I need to do. So, so that's the story with this. So, I'm going to be spending most of the day today trying to understand where these wires go and what their role is and how they fit into the picture and that kind of thing. So I'm not gonna put that in this video. And by the way, you'll see this cap is still disconnected. So we're gonna end this video here. Again, it's a rather short one, but I wanted to show you the band spread restring, and I wanted to show you what I'm working on today with this radio. In the next episode, I'll give you an update on this, and I'm also going to begin the recap of the S-20R radio. That's got a lot of recap work to be done. So we're starting to get into the nitty-gritty fun stuff now, which is good, and we'll keep this series going. So appreciate all your support, appreciate all your comments. If you like what you see, just hit like. I appreciate it. Everyone have a great day.